Okay, so ready to dive into some seriously mind-bending tech today.
Always.
You know how we rely on passwords and encryption to keep our digital lives safe?
Right.
Well, imagine a world where those safeguards just crumble in seconds.
It's a bit like stepping into the realm of science fiction, but it's
Yeah.
very much a reality we're facing.
So we're seeing a surge in quantum computing advancement.
We are.
And Google's new quantum chip is leading the charge.
It is, yeah.
I've seen some articles about this chip, and they
Mhm.
say it's using something called qubits.
Yeah.
Is that the secret sauce?
You could say that.
Okay.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
The computers we use every day rely on bits,
Right.
which can be either a 0 or a 1.
Yep.
But qubits, the building blocks of quantum computers,
Mm-hmm.
they operate on the principles of quantum mechanics.
Okay.
They can be a 0, a 1, or both at the same time,
Whoa.
thanks to something called superposition.
Okay, I'm already feeling a little lost in the quantum realm here.
Uh.
What does that actually mean for computing power?
Essentially, it means quantum computers can perform calculations exponentially faster
Okay.
than traditional computers.
Wow.
It's like comparing a bicycle to a supersonic jet.
Okay.
Google's new chip has actually shown the ability to solve problems in mere minutes
Mm-hmm.
that would take classical computers millions of years to crack.
Okay, that's where my brain starts to melt a little.
Yeah,
But I remember reading about quantum computers being prone to errors.
absolutely.
Has Google somehow cracked that problem?
That's been one of the biggest hurdles, absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is where Google's chip gets really interesting.
Okay.
It reportedly features a new design that significantly reduces the error rate,
Okay.
making large-scale quantum computing more feasible.
Mhm.
And that's why everyone's paying attention. This could be a game changer.
So what could this mean for, say, everyday applications?
Right.
Will I be browsing the internet at warp speed soon?
Not quite.
Okay.
But the implications go far beyond faster internet.
Okay.
Quantum computing has the potential to revolutionize fields like artificial intelligence.
Right.
Imagine AI that can learn and adapt at an unprecedented rate,
Mm-hmm.
analyzing massive data sets and solving complex problems in a fraction of the time.
Right.
We could see breakthroughs in medicine, materials science, climate modeling,
Yeah.
virtually any field you can think of.
It all sounds pretty incredible.
It is.
But let's be honest, there's got to be a catch, right?
But sure.
What are the potential downsides to unleashing this kind of computational power?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is the impact on cybersecurity.
Okay.
Right now, the encryption we use to protect sensitive data, financial transactions, and national secrets
Right.
relies on complex mathematical problems
Yeah.
that are difficult for traditional computers to solve.
But quantum computers could change all that.
Exactly. They could
Okay.
potentially crack these codes in a fraction of the time,
Got it.
rendering our current encryption methods obsolete. This raises some serious questions about data security and privacy
Yeah.
on a global scale.
Mm-hmm.
Governments and organizations are already racing to develop quantum-resistant encryption methods,
Uh-huh.
but it's a bit of a cat and mouse game.
Okay, so quantum computing,
Yeah.
a potential Pandora's box for cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Anything else we should be worried about?
There's also the concern about who controls this technology.
Right.
Right now, only a handful of tech giants have the resources to develop these quantum chips.
Yeah.
This concentration of power could lead to a scenario
Yeah.
where these companies have an unprecedented influence over everything,
Right.
from scientific advancements to global economics.
So, while quantum computing holds immense promise,
It does.
it also presents us with some serious ethical and societal challenges to grapple with.
Absolutely.
But hold on, because our deep dive into the future of tech isn't over yet.
Right.
We're about to explore something truly unexpected. Robots, powered by water.
Okay.
Stay with us.
Sounds good. Welcome back to our deep dive into the future of tech.
We've just explored the mind-bending world of quantum computing,
Yeah.
but now we're going from the subatomic realm to something a little more down to earth.
Literally?
Literally, yeah, get ready, because we're talking about robots powered by water.
You might be surprised to learn that some of the most cutting-edge robots aren't powered by electricity
Right.
or complex circuits,
Yeah.
but by pressurized water.
Okay, I have to admit that sounds a little counterintuitive.
Sure.
How does a robot run on water? Is it like a steam engine or something?
Not quite.
Okay.
It's more about harnessing the power of fluid dynamics.
Right.
These robots utilize a network of artificial muscles and tendons
All right.
that are controlled by pressurized water.
So instead of gears and motors,
Right.
these robots are flexing and moving with water.
Exactly.
Wow.
And this allows for incredibly fluid and lifelike movements.
Okay.
Imagine a robot that can gently pick up a delicate object without crushing it, or one that can navigate uneven terrain with the grace of a mountain goat.
That's where it gets really wild, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, why water? Why not stick with the tried and true electrical robots we're used to?
While proponents of water-powered robotics argue that it offers some distinct advantages. For
Gotcha.
one, these robots could be more reliable in high-risk environments.
Right.
Think about disaster zones or hazardous waste sites.
All right.
A water-powered robot would be less likely to spark
Oh.
or short-circuit,
Yeah.
making it safer to operate in these challenging conditions.
That makes sense. Are there any other benefits to using water over electricity?
There's also the potential for reduced noise.
Okay.
Imagine a factory filled with robots that operate silently,
Yeah.
or a home assistant robot that doesn't constantly whir and beep.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And some researchers believe that once the technology matures,
Mm-hmm.
water-powered robots could even be more cost-effective to produce
Okay.
than their electrical counterparts.
So it's not just about being eco-friendly. It's about practicality and efficiency, too.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Are there any downsides to this whole water-powered robot thing? Because I'm imagining leaks and rust and all sorts of complications.
You're right to be skeptical.
Yeah,
Critics point out that water-based systems can be prone to leaks,
right.
especially when you're dealing with complex machinery and delicate electronics.
Yeah,
And maintenance could be a challenge.
I imagine.
Imagine having to constantly monitor fluid levels,
Right.
valves and seals.
Yeah.
It's not exactly as simple as plugging in a charger.
Right. So there are definitely trade-offs to consider. It seems like water-powered robotics is still in its early stages.
Yeah.
Are there any companies actually building these robots, or is it all just theoretical at this point?
It's moving beyond theory and into the realm of reality.
Okay.
There are a handful of startups and research labs around the world that are developing water-powered robots for various applications.
Like,
For example, a company called Soft Robotics, Inc. is creating robotic grippers that can gently handle delicate fruits and vegetables for the food industry.
oh, that's interesting. So you might see these robots working alongside humans in fields like agriculture
Yeah.
or manufacturing.
Exactly. And the potential applications go beyond just delicate tasks.
Okay.
Some researchers envision water-powered robots being used for underwater exploration,
Oh, wow.
search and rescue missions,
Yeah.
and even medical procedures.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here, but let's shift gears for a moment and dive into another area where AI is making huge leaps.
Okay.
The world of multimodal AI models.
All right.
Specifically, we're going to talk about Gemini 2,
Okay.
Google's latest and greatest AI brainchild.
This is where we enter the realm of AI that can not only understand information, but also act on it.
Okay.
What's so groundbreaking about Gemini 2
Yeah.
is that it's multimodal,
Yeah.
meaning it can process and integrate different types of data,
Okay.
text, images, and audio.
So it's like having an AI that can read, see, and hear all at once. That's pretty impressive.
It is.
But how does that translate into real-world capabilities? What can Gemini 2 actually do?
Well, imagine asking Gemini 2 to summarize a complex scientific paper,
Okay.
create a presentation based on your notes,
Mm-hmm.
or even compose a piece of music based on your mood.
Hold on. Compose music based on my mood. That sounds straight out of science fiction.
It might sound like magic,
Yeah.
but it's the power of multimodal AI.
Okay.
Because Gemini 2 can understand and integrate different data types,
Right.
it can make connections and generate creative output in ways that were previously unimaginable.
Okay. I'm starting to get a sense of the power here. But I also remember reading some critiques about AI models being prone to errors,
Sure.
especially when it comes to generating creative content.
Right.
Is that still a concern with Gemini 2?
It's true that earlier AI models often struggled with accuracy and consistency,
Yeah.
especially when dealing with creative tasks.
Right.
But Google claims that Gemini 2 has significantly improved in this area. They say it's capable of generating highly realistic and coherent text,
Okay.
images,
Mm-hmm.
and even music.
So is this the dawn of AI artists and musicians?
Yeah.
Will human creativity become obsolete?
That's a question that's sparking a lot of debate right now.
Not that bad.
Some experts believe that AI like Gemini 2 will ultimately augment human creativity,
Okay.
providing us with new tools and inspiration.
Right.
Others worry that it could lead to the devaluation of human artistry.
It's definitely a complex issue with no easy answers. But let's put a pin in that discussion for now and move on to another fascinating development in the world of robotics.
Okay.
Humanoid robots that are designed to work alongside humans.
Right.
Specifically, we're going to explore the Pudu D9,
Right.
a new robot that's making waves in the tech world.
This is where we see robotics taking a giant leap toward a future where robots are no longer confined to factories and warehouses,
Right.
but are integrated into our everyday lives.
Okay.
The Pudu D9 is a prime example of this trend.
Okay.
It's a bipedal robot, meaning it walks upright on two legs, just like us.
Got it.
And it's designed to handle a wide range of tasks in various environments.
Okay, I'm picturing a robot butler bringing me snacks. What can this D9 actually do?
Think about it as a versatile helper that can lift boxes,
Okay.
retrieve items, interact with customers,
Yeah.
and even navigate complex environments like crowded streets or busy offices.
It sounds impressive what kind of technical wizardry makes all of that possible.
Well, for starters, the D9 boasts some seriously advanced locomotion capabilities.
Okay.
It can move at speeds of up to 4.5 miles per hour,
Wow.
navigate stairs, and even maintain its balance if bumped.
That's important.
It's also equipped with arms that have 7 degrees of freedom.
7 degrees of freedom. So it's not just lifting boxes, it's doing yoga poses too.
Well, maybe not yoga,
Okay.
but its dexterity is definitely impressive.
Right.
It can reportedly handle delicate tasks like sorting items,
Okay.
pouring liquids, and even minor assembly work.
Right. And of course, it wouldn't be a cutting-edge robot without some serious AI integration.
Of course not.
Right. Because what good is a robot butler if it can't understand your commands, right?
Exactly. The Pudu D9 utilizes a combination of real-time 3D mapping, sensor fusion, and machine learning to navigate its surroundings,
Okay.
avoid obstacles,
Right.
and plan its tasks.
So it's learning and adapting as it goes.
Exactly.
That's pretty incredible. Where does Purdue Robotics see the D9 being used? Surely they're not just building these for fun.
Their vision is for the D9 to be a workforce multiplier in various settings.
Okay.
They imagine it being used in warehouses to manage inventory,
Okay.
in retail stores to assist customers and stock shelves,
Yeah.
and even in hospitality to greet guests and deliver room service.
It sounds like they're aiming to revolutionize a lot of industries, but let's be realistic. How much is one of these things going to cost? Because I'm guessing it's not going to be cheap.
You're right about that. Early indications suggest the D9 could cost as much as other advanced humanoid robots, which can run well into 6 figures.
Wow. So not exactly an impulse buy.
Nope.
And even if a company can afford it, there are other factors to consider, right? Like reliability and maintenance.
Absolutely. While the demos look impressive,
Right.
mass adoption will depend on how well the D9 performs in real-world conditions.
Right.
Can it handle the wear and tear of daily use? How easy is it to maintain?
Yeah.
These are all questions that need to be answered.
So the Purdue D9 is a promising glimpse into the future of humanoid robots.
It is.
But as with any emerging tech, there are still a lot of unknowns.
A lot of unknowns.
And speaking of unknowns, our deep dive isn't over yet. We've explored quantum computers,
Right.
water-powered robots,
Yeah.
and even robots that walk and talk.
It's pretty wild.
It is, but now it's time to step back and look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
The impact of all these technologies on society, on jobs,
Right.
security, our lives as we know it.
Big questions.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the mind-bending world of quantum computing to the surprising emergence of water-powered robots and AI that can compose music.
It's pretty amazing stuff.
It is, but now let's step back and consider the bigger picture. All of these incredible innovations raise some pretty significant questions about the future we're creating.
Absolutely. It's not enough to just marvel at the technological advancements we need to think critically about their impact on society, the economy, and even our very sense of what it means to be human.
Exactly, and one of the biggest concerns that always comes up when we talk about advanced AI and robotics is the impact on jobs.
Right?
If robots can perform tasks that were once done by humans, what happens to the workforce? Are we headed for a future of mass unemployment?
It's a valid concern, and there's no easy answer. Some experts believe that automation will inevitably lead to widespread job displacement, particularly in sectors like manufacturing, transportation, and customer service. They argue that as robots become more sophisticated and affordable, companies will be incentivized to replace human workers with machines, leading to significant economic disruption.
So is the robot apocalypse upon us? Are we all destined to be replaced by machines?
Not necessarily. Other experts take a more optimistic view. arguing that while some jobs will inevitably be automated, new opportunities will emerge in other sectors.
Okay.
They point out that throughout history, technological advancements have always led to shifts in the labor market, and that this time is unlikely to be different.
So instead of focusing on the jobs that might be lost, we should be thinking about the jobs that will be created.
Exactly. The key will be to adapt and evolve. We need to invest in education and training programs that equip people with the skills they'll need to thrive in a future where technology plays an increasingly central role.
Okay.
This might involve focusing on areas where human creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence are still essential, such as design innovation and complex problem solving.
So it's not just about learning to code. It's about developing uniquely human skills that machines can't replicate.
Precisely. And it's also about fostering a culture of lifelong learning, recognizing that the skills we need to succeed will constantly evolve as technology advances.
That makes sense. But jobs aren't the only concern. We've also talked about the potential security risks posed by technologies like quantum computing.
Absolutely.
If our data is no longer secure, it could have devastating consequences.
You're absolutely right. The potential for quantum computers to crack our current encryption methods is a serious threat that we need to address proactively.
So what can we do?
Governments and organizations around the world are working on developing quantum-resistant encryption algorithms, but it's a race against time. We also need to think about the broader implications of living in a world where data security is constantly under threat.
Such as?
It raises fundamental questions about privacy trust and the balance of power between individuals and institutions.
It's a lot to grapple with. And then there are the ethical dilemmas posed by increasingly sophisticated AI models like Gemini 2.
Right.
If we're giving machines the ability to make decisions that impact our lives, who's responsible when things go wrong?
That's a crucial question, and there's no easy answer. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, we need to establish clear guidelines and regulations for its development and deployment.
Okay.
We need to consider the potential biases embedded in AI algorithms, the implications for privacy and autonomy, and the broader societal impacts of these technologies.
It sounds like we're entering uncharted territory, and there are a lot of unknowns.
Yeah, there are.
But amidst all the potential risks and challenges, there's also a sense of incredible possibility. These technologies have the potential to revolutionize our world in countless positive ways.
I agree. Imagine a world where quantum computers accelerate scientific discoveries, leading to breakthroughs in medicine, energy, and material science.
It's mind-blowing to think about.
Picture water-powered robots cleaning up hazardous waste sites, exploring the depths of the ocean, and assisting with disaster relief efforts.
And what about AI?
Think about personalized AI agents that help us manage our lives, learn new skills, and connect with others in meaningful ways.
It's a vision of a future where technology empowers us, not replaces us. But, as we've discussed, it's not a future that will simply unfold on its own. It's a future that we need to actively shape and guide.
You're absolutely right. It's a future where we need to be both optimistic about the potential and vigilant about the risks.
Yeah.
It's a future where we need to embrace innovation while also demanding accountability.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the future of tech, we leave you with this question.
Okay.
What role will you play in shaping this rapidly evolving landscape? What are your hopes and fears for the future? And what steps will you take to ensure that technology serves humanity, not the other way around?
It's time to start thinking critically, asking tough questions, and engaging in meaningful conversations about the future we want to create. Because the future isn't something that just happens to us.
Right.
It's something we build together.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.